Welcome to Get to Know Your Nation, episode 14, Curaçao or Curaçao, a CONCACAF nation that is in their first World Cup. And of course, there's some good facts, by the way, which I want to get to that. Curaçao is the smallest nation attending in this year's World Cup in World Cup history. Guess who was right behind them? Before them, it was Cape Verde, which is the second smallest country to ever appear in this year's World Cup. Curaçao overtook them. There's some history around this nation. Now, in that nation, most people there speak Dutch, so there is some connection to the Netherlands and Curaçao because they are part of the Netherlands Kingdom. All that being said, is there. So, of course, this is their first World Cup appearance in nation's history. This is a well-earned for this nation with an opportunity to show the world what they're made of. Yes, they've been dealing with a lot of issues through the years. Plus, they got Golden Cup participating. They were not even perfect there. But now here's their chance to show the world who they really are, what they can bring to the passion of the 2026 World Cup. So they have a new coach. Now, their original coach stepped down because due to the help of his daughter, which we should pray for the coach. So in the meantime, their new coach is Fred Rutten, a Dutch coach. Of course, is going to lead this coach, by the way. His first match will be May 30th against Scotland, which is a friendly match. This would be good enough to see how he's going to coach this Curaçao team ahead of the World Cup. This is going to be his first time coaching Curaçao. Players to watch, a lot of players. I mean, you could name a lot. There is one name that Manchester United fans will remember that he is participating in this year's World Cup. Talati Chong, the forward from Sheffield United, 26 years old. Remember, I believe he started in Manchester United. Before then, he left to go to Luton Town. Things didn't go well for him in Luton, or there were some good things there. Then he's been on loan. He's been on other clubs till he's found a new home in Sheffield United. So now here he is leading his country, and he's going to have his opportunity. I would expect him to be in this year's World Cup. Another player that should make his appearance as well, Leonardo Bachchon, the defender, of course, 34 years old. Really good defender for Curaçao. I do expect him to play really tough against those nations, which we'll talk about their group, because their group is a of course, you have midfielders, for example, Huinbu Bakana, the midfielder. Sorry, I try to pronounce their names. I'm sorry. He's 28 years old, youngest midfielder, of course, for the team. And you have a goalkeeper named Ilro Room, goalkeeper from Miami CF. Not Inter Miami, Miami FC I believe is from the United States Football League. He is, of course, 37 years old. He's probably the oldest player for this Curaçao national team, so he's probably going to end up being goalkeeper number one. So going over their group, and this is not their group. I know, this is their first World Cup. Look at the resume. Look at the resume of these other World Cups. Qatar didn't do really well against neither the Netherlands, neither Senegal, and neither Ecuador. Yeah, I know. That was their first World Cup taste. Panama, 2018. Not really good, but they got the taste of it. So here's Curaçao's group. They start off against Germany. Then they play Ecuador. And their last game is Ivory Coast. Well, obviously, the worst scenario is fourth place, because they're going to end up losing both Germany and Ecuador, because they're really good, strong teams that are going to be in this tournament. Ivory Coast is one that they can sneak but I don't think so. I think Ivory Coast will sweep them. That would be 0-3, which means they will end in last place. If I were to give them the better scenario, I mean, if you draw with Ivory Coast, you could at least maybe get third place, and maybe, I don't know. I don't even think there's a possibility this nation could get to the round of 32. Well, maybe third place is better for them to say, oh, look, we finished in third place. Yay! But again, here's the question I think is going to impact to this year's World Cup for Curaçao. Will the managerial change affect the national team's preparation for this year's World Cup? Yes, they had a good coach who led them to this year's World Cup, and as of now, he stepped down because of the daughter's health. We should all pray for his daughter's health. And they bring in a Dutch coach named Fred Rutten, who's never coached the international team. So this is going to be his first time doing it. But again, Curaçao is part of that kingdom with the Netherlands. And these players may have been born from the Netherlands, also probably born in Curaçao. Can those players step up in this year's World Cup? And I already mentioned that first question. Can Fred Rutten do a good job in this year's World Cup? All I'll give you is a thumbs up and a good luck, because I don't know how they're going to survive in this group. Because again, Germany is a giant. Ecuador is probably, I would probably say, the third best Colombo South American national team behind Brazil and Argentina. And you got Ivory Coast, in which they were the African Nations Cup winners, I believe 2024. I don't know. But again, that group is hard for Curaçao, but I wish this thumbs up the best of luck. Well, episode 15 tomorrow will be Czechia Republic. Yep. If you're not seeing my other videos, go check them out on my channel. Of course, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for more sports news. Also, if you have not seen my Get to Know Your Nations episodes, go to my channel, go to playlist, and you'll see all 14 episodes, including this episode, on that. You can watch all of them, and if you want to see your other nations, then you can go there. As always, folks, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.